Who'd have thought that Alberta could be home to an award-winning fruit wine? Well, why not? To answer that question, we ventured east to Strathmore, then head 10 clicks south to one of the most sun-kissed regions in Canada.
Hello, I'm Marvin Gill, and I make fruit wines.
Hi, my name is Elaine Gill, and we make fruit wines at Fieldstone Fruit Wines. Strangely enough, Marvin and I did not meet in the farming world. We met doing our other interest, which is music.
I was playing in the orchestra, and she was singing in the choir, and it was love at first singing, I guess.
Marvin's family on both sides were homesteading families. They homesteaded grain farms in Saskatchewan, so Marvin has always had a connection and a love for farming.
We had sold the family farm, and I thought, well, I'd still really like to be involved, even though we won't be grain farming. Let's see what we can do around Calgary.
This 50-acre farm was an easy choice for the couple. In 1998, they purchased the property with the intention of it being a hobby farm, and it grew into something a little bigger.
The first thing that attracted Marvin and I to this property was its beautiful mountain view. It was also on the east side of Calgary, which means that things would grow better here. And there was lots of room. It was a big piece of property, and the price was right, and so here we are. The first summer that we owned this property, we planted the orchards, all of it. We planted 30,000 Saskatoon trees. We planted 15 acres of raspberries, 5 acres of strawberries, 5 acres of choke cherries, otherwise known as wild black cherries. It was a lot of work. We rounded up everybody we knew, and we got it done. That was year number 1.
For more than a decade, Marvin and Elaine's Bumbleberry U-Pick Orchards have been known for their exceptional fruit. Before they knew it, they had experienced bumper crops.
About 5 years into our U-Pick operation, our yields became so large that we knew we would have to process. About that time, Alberta Agriculture was trying to get, or thinking about getting the wine industry started in Alberta, which had been virtually non-existent up to that time. So we got on board with that, and we obtained the first license for the first cottage winery in April of 2005. This year was not the greatest crop we ever had. With the warm temperatures in February, we had some of the fruit break dormancy, and so it didn't yield as well this year as it has in other years. But we still have enough for wine, which is what we always hope for.
One of the differences between grape and fruit wine production is that the Fieldstone berries are picked and frozen. Then, when it's time to continue the process, they thaw and press. Marvin tests the berries for sugar and acid levels, and from there, he decides what type of wine to make.
If we're going to make a table wine with it, we would probably end up diluting it to some extent. And then we'd have to add some sugar because the fruit doesn't have enough, and we've already diluted it down some more. So you're going to have to add some sugar to get the alcohol back up to where you want it to be. That's where the fermentation starts. Some fruits ferment quite quickly, like within a week they've gone through the full fermentation or very close to it. Some wines though will take quite a bit longer, maybe 4 or 5 weeks.
We had the good fortune of meeting Dominic Rivard, a very fine winemaker.
Dominic taught me that you have to be very careful, take your time, make sure that all of the details are in place when you're finishing the wine. You only get one chance to finish it, and if you don't have it exactly the way it should be, that's it, that's your chance.
Attention to detail has skyrocketed Fieldstone into the success they continue to receive year after year. Those 10 wines have proven to be a pleasure to many palates, including the refined tastes of judges in numerous competitions.
When we opened the winery in 2005, we had 5 wines to offer. We had one drier table wine, which we called Bumbleberry Fruit Wine, which is a blend of Saskatoons, strawberries, raspberries, and rhubarb. This, amazingly enough, has remained our best seller all these years.
And then we had the 4 dessert wines, which was strawberry, raspberry, wild black cherry, which is the choke cherry, and the Saskatoon. Since then, we've added 4 table wines and 1 more dessert wines for a total of 10 wines.
The first year, they produced 5,500 liters. Fast forward to 2012, and we see the wine production has jumped to 30,000 liters.
The thing we found about fruit wines, now that we've got used to drinking them a lot is that they pair so well with so many different things. Traditionally, you're thinking, well, should I use a grape wine or a white wine? Now we're thinking, oh, what fabulous fruit wine can we have with this, or marinate a meat in, or make a wonderful dessert with adding some dessert wine. It's really incredible and infinite, the number of things that you can do with these type of wines.
From orchard to bottle, these fruit wines have gained recognition on an international level.
The very first year that we started, we entered some of our wines in competition at the Northwest Wine Summit, and we won awards at that very first year. So that was very gratifying for us and extremely encouraging. We have gone on to win 35 awards over the years from the Northwest Wine Summit, from the All Canadian Wine Championships, and this has been very encouraging for us that we have a good product.
I would say 99% of the people who taste our wines buy something, and a lot of them are traditional wine drinkers, either a white wine or a red wine or rosé, anything that that's been a traditional type of wine to the wine drinker. That's what they buy. So for us to get into that market, this is what it takes. Lots of tastings, lots of out there in front of the people, then we can go from there. They can taste their wine, they can taste our fruit, and the two sort of go together to make a great wine.
Fruit wines are becoming popular around the dinner table. They're actually the fastest growing part of the wine industry here in Canada.
People can purchase our wines here at the winery. Our wine store is open from the May long weekend until the end of September on weekends. We do a lot of farmers markets ourselves. We are full-time, year-round at the Calgary Farmers Market and at the Kingsland Farmers Market in Calgary. In addition to that, we do 14 seasonal markets a week. There's a list on our website, and it's endless. We're everywhere. Come and see us.
And if you can't make it to the orchard or markets, Fieldstone fruit wines are available online.
It's been a lot of fun for us starting this agribusiness here in Alberta. It's been great for us getting out to farmers markets and meeting the customers who love Alberta products and they want to know all about them.
Well, it's extremely rewarding when people taste your wines and they say, oh, isn't this fantastic? What can I do with it? And you can tell them all the things that you can do with it. And they come back the next week and say, oh, we gave it to friends on the weekend and we just had a great time and just loved it. And so we're going to try something else this weekend. And it's very fulfilling to get that kind of feedback, and it just drives you on to keep going.